Good morning, David here with his weekly week look. Today is 24th of August, Friday, 7:37 pre-market open. As usual, we'll look at the UK November 2012 wheat chart, and we've got the daily bar chart in front of us, and you can see here perfectly that we've hit our target of 208, just gone slightly through it, and the market has now fallen back to close last night at 206.40. Where to now? We've got all the moving averages crossing up, so obviously we're still in a very strong upwards trend, but we are starting to see gaps appear now, and we've got this big gap here just between 202 and 204. So basically we've got to put some targets in place now as from this next rise up, which is obviously extension of wave 5 of my original calculations. So let's pop on this monthly chart going back to 1982, and you can see here that the all-time high was 221. So obviously that's a good place to put our next upside target if we break through this 208. On the downside, obviously we've got 200. Firstly, this gap fill 202, 200, and then 195 the breakout. If I just bring across the lower time frame chart here to show you, it's a bit more difficult to see, but I'll just bring this down. Right, okay. Now basically this was my target here of 208, which was the extension of wave 5, which I calculated 2-3 months ago, and we've hit that to the T, and the market has failed to go through it, break through it on a closing basis at the moment. I've marked here this square here, the gap at 202, and this is our breakout point here of 100 at 195. Now if you take this move up is £42 a tonne, and then obviously the extension of that move would be another £42 a tonne on top of it, which would take us up to 237. But the 61% extension of this rise is here, comes in exactly at 221, which is our previous high on that monthly chart, if you remember, of 220. So there are our targets in place. It's hard at the moment to bet against the trend. We're in a big upwards trend. There's no signal of stopping this market at the present moment, but we have reached our target. Obviously the market is heavily overbought, but nobody puts up a flag and says, here's the top, we're going down. I mean, it doesn't happen like that. The trend is still up. I would probably think as we near the end of the month, we should see some backfill. We've got to fill this gap and also probably come down to test this breakout point 195. But the market is strong. If it wants to break this 208, next target's 221, and then we're 237. They're the targets on the upside, and obviously downside. We'll see what happens if it comes down to test the breakout, find support, and then we look for another leg up. But obviously, the encouraging news is we've hit our target that was calculated 2-3 months ago. We just need to sit back and see what the market wants to do now. Thank you for watching. I'll put an update this time next week.